So let's get started. And yes, this is what we are talking about, the Jugaad methodology, something that all of you, unfortunately or fortunately, associate me with. Okay. So, okay. Okay. So let's move on. Okay. Now, this is what we'll be focusing on. I'll just shift this to the right-hand side. Yes, this is much better now. Now, this is what we are going to focus on today. We look at very briefly the trends. We look at what topics to cover briefly. Yes, I know many of you are aware of what topics to cover, but there will be a large number of students who will be taking CAT for the first time. So some broad idea to be given to them. Then what is Jugaad methodology? How does it work? What exactly do we do? When do we need to do when we are looking at Jugaad per se? And then we are looking at two sets. Now both these sets are from old CAT papers. In fact, both these sets are from CAT 2022. One of them is a slot 1 paper and the other is a slot 3 paper. This is the easier one. This will help you understand what I mean by Jugaad, and this is a little more complicated where we will be able to see how it has to be applied. And then, yes, in the end, we can always look at create any doubts. Yeah, however, my suggestion would be don't leave doubts for the, let's say, end. Wherever you have doubts, just put your doubt in the chat box. I'll try to cover it up. In case I am not able to cover your doubts during the session, then we always have this particular last bit to take care of your doubts. But ideally, let the doubts come here. Whatever are relevant, I'll pick all of them up and try to go ahead with them. I try to resolve it for you. Okay. Okay. Chalo, let's move on now and let's look at this as a now. And I have deliberately taken CAT 22 as a benchmark. I have not taken the data from CAT 23. I have taken the data of CAT 22 because the two sets that I'm going to be picking up, or the two sets that I'll be discussing today, are from CAT 22. And so you should be able to appreciate that part. Now, as far as CAT 22 is concerned, 99 percentile in DILR. I'm not looking at the others, but I'm looking at DILR because that is the session we have. 99 percentile was at 9 questions, 29 marks. Okay, and this was obviously a scaled score. In fact, there was a slot 3, in fact, in which if you got 27 marks, you were 99.7 percentile. That score got scaled up to something like 34. So that was a very high level of scaling which happened. And but by and large, you can say about 8 to 9 questions were giving us 99 percentile. 5 questions were giving us a 90 percentile, and 4 questions 85 percentile. Now, why are these two numbers important, 85 and 90 percentile? 90 percentile ensures that you have cleared the sectional cutoff of almost every MBA institute. Any MBA institute which has a sectional cutoff, it will usually be above less than 90%. 90 percentile says that. As far as the IIMs are concerned, for practically all IIMs, the 85 percentile is the cutoff which is looked at as far as this particular section of DILR is concerned. And there you can see one set of data is good enough to get you to a 90% to clear the cutoff, if not more. Okay, so that's the important part. And since all of you are aware, there are 20 questions in the paper in DILR. 9 questions means something like 2 sets of data. 5 questions per set. If you look at the last couple of years, 5 questions per set. So 4 sets of data. 1 set of data, or the other way to look at is 1 set will get you a 90 percentile. 2 sets will get you a 99 percentile. And yes, if you can do a bit of the third set also, great. Great, you have done what you're supposed to do, and you are probably now going to be a 99.5 plus percentile. Okay. In fact, this should be written as 11 question, not 10 question, but 11 question means 2 sets, which means if you pick up 3 sets of data and do 4 questions per set on an average, you'll still have 12 questions, and 36 will get you to a 99.789 percentile kind of a stuff. Okay, so this is the background which you need to be clear about. Okay, now let's look at what are you supposed to do. Yes, I'm sure many of you will know all these things are there. However, what you need to remember, while these are distinct question types or data types or type of their sets, okay, the fact remains, as far as CAT is concerned, not out if there are 4 sets of data, not more than 1 set will be pure DI, only DI. Not more than 1 set will be pure LR, and the remaining 2 sets are typically DI plus LR combination, which means concepts from both the data interpretation side and logical reasoning side will be incorporated, and hence you'll have to be able to go across. So there's nothing like a pure DI, or there's only an arrangement. An arrangement will have a component of numbers also possibly. Similarly, when you look at Venn diagram or cubes, it can have concepts from this particular side also. So what you need to remember that as you keep doing sets, you will have to look at multiple concepts. Every year, yes, you'll have 1 to 2 sets which are either only DI or only DR, but at least 2 sets of data will be combination, and that combination could be between DI and LR, which means a vertical horizontal combination, or it could be a combination like this. Concepts of networks and roots with linear arrangement, for example, that kind of thing is possible. So you need to be able to, when you start preparing, while you start doing individually, sooner or later you need to move to the other side and say, okay, how do I handle when they are combination, which means DI in combination with LR, selection in combination with linear arrangement and other ways. Okay, networks and roots and how does it combine with others. Okay, so these are the things which you need to keep doing. Okay, so let's move to what is the main focus of the agenda today. Now, what is Jugaad methodology? Now, this is a very simple thing. That yes, it's a name which students have given, and I've continued using that name. But to me, Jugaad is nothing but common sense. Okay. Now, when we look at DILR as a section, okay, what does it have? It has first a basic information. That information could be in terms of a paragraph, and it could be in terms of some kind of a table or chart. And table or chart does not mean it is DI. Table or chart means it's only a way of presenting the data to you. So the information would be given to you in terms of a paragraph along with a table chart, or it could be one of the two or both of them. Okay? After that, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to read and understand this. If required, convert this into a meaningful data or to create a table or out of it. And then next step you are supposed to do is solve the questions or mark the answers of the question. How do you solve the question? By solving converting this data which is given to you into a meaningful table and completing that table. Okay? And typically there are questions. Question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5. Okay. Now this is the structure of the DILR set. Now, couple of things which I want you to be clear about. First of all, most of the time people focus here for information. Once you have got the information, you make your table and complete the table and then go to the questions. Okay. So the sequence that is followed by most of the students is step 1, read and understand the data, this is my step 1. Next step, solve, which is this, which means create a table, solve whatever is there, whatever issues are given, resolve them. And third step is look at the question, mark answers to the questions. Okay, so there's a 3-step process. That's step 3. So effectively, most of the people follow what I call a sequential method: step 1, step 2, and step 3. To me, this is being absolutely stupid. Okay, this is being absolutely stupid. Because as far as I am concerned, the questions also have information. The questions tell me how much of table do I need to fill. If I am not conscious of the fact that the questions have information and questions also tell me what is it that I should be filling up in the table, I will end up not only wasting my time, I will also get confused, and most importantly, I'll be filling up a table which is not required. Now, what I want you to remember is your job is not to fill up the table. Most of the students spend a lot of time filling up the table, creating a huge table. Your job is to answer the questions. Okay? So even before you start making the table, you need to look at the questions. You need to understand what are the questions asking for, hence what kind of table do I need to make. Okay? So you should be clear about that. My job is to answer the question, and answering the question, I will need to make some kind of a table, but I don't need to fill up the table completely. I can get the answers to the question many a times, even without filling up the table completely. Then that's just something you should always be conscious of. Okay. Yeah, Mayank, I can see your question, but today I'm not looking at selection of sets. We'll look at selection of sets in some other session. Today we are looking at purely how to solve using a Jugaad methodology. So what is the process that we should adopt? This is a stupid process and we will not follow this process. I will change the process to saying what is my step one. Step one is read the data, read the info. So this is my step one. Okay, this is my Jugaad methodology step one. Okay, this is what I would do. Next, step two, I will look at the questions and see which are the questions which give me meaningful information. And based on these two, I will look at creating a table and fill up in a limited way and answer the questions. Okay, answer the question. However, one important thing which again I want to talk about is when you look at, okay, let me give you a simple case. And this is an example I gave multiple times. So some of you may have heard of this example from others also. So my example is very simple. Let me assume there are 6 people. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F. Now these 6 are from different cities, have studied in different colleges, have, let's say, different colors are their preferred color, have different cars, and so on and so forth. Some information is given. Okay. Now, when you go to the question, the first question says, who is from city? Okay, let's say Delhi. Who belongs to the Delhi city? And the answer choices are A, B, C, and D. These are the 4 answer choices, let me assume. Now, this is giving me some important information. This is telling me E and F are not from Delhi. Because if E and F are from Delhi, one person has to be, they should have been part of the choice. So this is what I mean by saying the questions give me information and it is my job to pick up the information from the question and use it to fill up the table. If I don't do it, then I am the one who's making a mistake and there's nothing wrong with the set as such. Okay. And this is what we'll try to do as we go along. Okay. Sripati, I'm not clear about the question. When you say, can you be more clear? Are you alluding to my writing on the screen, or are you not? Have you not understood what I've said? Any specific thing which you have not understood? If you write it down in the chat, I'll try to address that issue also. Okay. So let's look at a couple of sets from CAT 22 slot. This one is slot 1. The other one would be slot 3. And let's see how do we apply the Jugaad approach. Okay. Okay. I hope you can read the question. I'll give you a data. Or let me read it for you. Let me make it easier for all of us. And let me read it. Okay. Question 1 to 5. Management of a university hockey team was evaluating performance of 4 women players, A, B, H, and S. So normally when I'm reading, I don't bother about the full name because when I'm going to make the table, I'm not going to write the full name. I'll not write Amla, Bimla, Harita, and Sarita. I'll write ABHS. So that is what I normally end up speaking also. For their possible selection, the university team for next year. For this purpose, the management was looking at number of goals scored by them in the past 8 matches, numbered 1 through 8. Do we get an idea what this data set is all about? Effectively, what will it ask me to do? I'll ask me to make a table with matches 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 8. And for these 4 players, A, B, H, S, and it will ask me how many goals has each person scored in each of the matches. Okay. So looking at the number of goals scored by them in the past 8 matches numbered through 1 to 8, and this is about ABHS. So this, when you're reading the information, you should be able to visualize, okay, this is possibly the kind of data or the table configuration that I will need. Okay. The 4 players together had scored a total of 12 goals. Okay. In the 8 matches, each of them had scored at least 1 goal. No 2 players scored the same total number of goals. Okay. So this tells me Well, the information which I've had so far is, let me just again write it down on one corner. Okay. So information we have is 4 players A, B, H, S. Okay. They have participated in 8 hockey matches, match 1 to match 8. We need to find, and there's other thing we have been given that together they have scored 12 goals. Between these 4 players, 12 goals have been scored, and the number of goals scored by each one of them is different. The number of goals, okay, no 2 players scored the same total number of goals. And we are clear what kind of a structure we need to create. Okay. And then we have this information. Normally, I will not go through this. I will, after this part, I will go to the questions. Okay. So now that I've understood this, I will look at the questions. Let me erase this part. Okay. Now, what are the questions telling me? How many goals were scored in match 7? 1, 2, 3, and cannot be determined. So that means this statement is not going to give me any information. Question 2. Which of the following is the correct sequence of the goals scored in 1, 3, 5, 7? Now, all 4 statements are giving me number of goals in matches 1, 3, 5, 7. Supposing I am able to find out that match 1, there were 5 goals, there's only one choice. Supposing I am able to find out that match 2, there were only 2 goals scored, only one choice. Or match 3, only 0 goals were scored, or 1 or 2. So if I'm able to pick out one number out of these also, in the worst case, I will be able to reduce the choices, and in the best case, I will probably get the answer straight away. So this question number 2, this is my Jugaad question. I will keep this in my mind when I'm solving the question or making the table, and I will be very clear. I need to first find out 1, 3, 5, 7. Question number 3, it is giving me 2 statements which I can answer only if I made that complete table. So question 3, I need the table. Question 1 and 2, question 1, I need the table, but question number 2, I will need to, okay, actually question number 1, can you see one choice is wrong? In match 7, none of the questions are saying state 3 goals scored. None of the questions saying 3 goals scored. Sorry, 1, 3, 5, 7. I'm sorry, 1, 3, 5, 7. Nah? So this is match 7. This is match 7. It is 1 or 2. That means obviously this is out. And also this is out. So it is either 1 or 2. If you look at the choices carefully, if you look at the numbers carefully, you will be able to eliminate. So to some extent, using question number 2, I've eliminated choices here. And this again will be helpful as far as I am concerned in the paper. Okay. Now let's go further. Okay. Next question. Again, 2 statements given, which I can mark the answer only if I have made the table completely, and similarly for question number 5. Okay. So what is my task now? I need to create this kind of a table. And which are my Jugaad questions that I need to be conscious of? I need to be conscious of question number 2, most importantly. 1, 3, 5, 7, match number 1, 3, 5, 7. It has to be one of these. Okay. So let's start going through the data or the information which we had not picked up. Let's look at that. Okay. And so far, the information available to us is that the number of goals scored by each one of them is different. Total of 12 goals have been scored. This is what the question had said. Okay. Scored a total of 12 goals. The number of goals was number of goals scored by A, B, H, and S is different. This is the information we have. So let's look at question number 1. Statement 1 now. Only 1 goal was scored in every even number match. Even numbered match, 1 goal is scored. 1, 1, 1, 1. Does that not mean in the odd numbered matches, 8 goals will be scored? 8 goals will be scored. Go back to question number 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 goals scored, wrong choice. Question 2. Choice 2. 5, 6, 7. Wrong choice. Statement 3. 3, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Possible. 4, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 choices eliminated. And by the way, in question 1, we have also eliminated 2 choices. Na? Yeah. So far, we have got this information. Statement 2. Harita scored more goals than Bimla. Harita scored more goals than Bimla. That is statement 2. Statement 3. Highest goal scorer scored in exactly 3 matches, including match 4 and match 8. The highest goal scorer has scored a goal in match 4 and match 8. Match 4 and match 8, okay? And plus one more, okay? Chalo. We'll come back to it. I don't know where to put this information, so I'm just leaving it like it at this point. Match statement 4. Bimla scored a goal in match 1, okay? And one each in 3 other consecutive matches. Bimla scored a goal in match 1. Bimla has scored a goal in match 1 here and in 3 consecutive matches. So as far as Bimla is concerned, match 1 and then 1, 2, 3. So can Bimla be the highest goal scorer? No. Why? Because Bimla has scored a goal in match 1 in 3 other consecutive matches. That means, and one each in 3 other consecutive matches. That means Bimla has scored 4 goals in all. That means the highest goal scorer, Harita, will have to be more than 4. The minimum value will be 5. Right? The minimum value will be 5. So let's now make cases. So if Bimla has scored 4 goals and Harita scores 5 goals, that means 9 goals gone out of 12. That means this could be 1. If Amla is 1, Sarita will be 2. If Sarita is 2, Amla will be 1. This is one case. Can Bimla can Harita have 6 goals? 6 plus 4, 10. That means the other 2 will have to be 1, which is against this condition given. So there's only one case possible in this particular question when we can very clearly say that this effectively is telling us that Bimla has 4 goals, Harita has 5 goals. If Amla is 1, Sarita will be 2. If Sarita is 2, Amla will be 1. So this is what we have found so far. Okay, let's go further. Okay. So going back to the highest goal scorer. The highest goal scorer scored in exactly 3 matches, including match 4 and match 8. Highest goal scorer is Harita, so she would have scored 1 goal in match 4 because match 4 only 1 goal was scored. Similarly, match 8 only 1 goal was scored. Okay, has scored a goal in match 1. Exactly 3 matches, including match 4 and match 8. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So highest goal scorer, and there's one more match. Okay. So this effectively means in match 4, no one else can score a goal because only 1 goal is scored. So match 4 and match 8 only Harita scored. Okay. Now, statement 4. Bimla scored in match 1 and 3 other consecutive matches. Which are the 3 consecutive matches in which Bimla can score? She has scored in match 1. She has scored here. And 1 each in 3 other consecutive matches. 3 other consecutive matches. So the only possibility is these 3. So as far as Bimla is concerned, she has to score goals in match 5, match 6, and match 7. Obviously, match 6 is going to be 1 goal only. Match 6 is going to be 1 goal only because match 6 only 1 goal was scored. Okay, and which obviously means she cannot score in match 2 and 3. Okay, and she has scored 1 each, so this has to be 1. This has to be 1. Let me just erase some stuff and make it a little more neat and clean for you. Okay, yeah. So it is 5, 6, and 7. Okay. So, and by the same logic as earlier, that means match 6, this is the situation. Okay. Now, what about Bimla? 1 each in 3 others. Okay. So sorry, Harita. Harita has already scored 2 goals. Okay. Yeah. The highest goal scorer scored in exactly 3 matches. Okay. Including match 4 and match 8. Now, she has to score in match 4 and match 8. Which is the other match she will score in? Let's look at statement 2 again. So question 2 again. Okay. Look at question 2 again. Now, what is this telling you? It is telling you match 1 can have either 3 or 4 goals. No? Match 1 will have either 3 goals or 4 goals. Yeah. Oops, I'm sorry. If match 1 can have either 3 goals or 4 goals, and Bimla has to be scoring, and Harita has to be scoring 5 goals, that means she has to score 3 goals in one of the matches. Harita has to score 3 goals. Okay. The highest goal scorer, exactly 3. Now both these are telling you only match 1 can have more than 2 goals. Isn't it? Both of them are telling you only match 1 can have more than 2 goals, because even numbered matches 2, 4, 6, 8 only 1 goal. Odd numbered matches, all of them are telling me, both the choices are telling me either 1 or 2. That means Harita should be the highest goal scorer, should be scoring a goal out here. Okay. And as far as the Bimla is concerned, Bimla has a 1 goal out here. So if Bimla has 1 goal already out here, that makes it 4. So this 3, 4, 5. So these I can cancel out again. And that means match 1 will have at least 4 goals. That means choice 3 is wrong and the correct answer is this one. So what does it make it? 4, 1, 2, 1. So this is 4. This is 1. This is 2. This is 1. We have completed the table for all practical purposes. Match goal scored in match 7. Goal scored in match 7 has to be 1. So we have, if you notice, my focus was not completing the table. My focus was in answering the question. Okay. Yeah, Amit, end of the day, this is a CAT set, CAT 22. And I've shown you how to use the choices. Okay. Now, if you want, you can complete the table also. So, match 1, 4 goals in all. Okay. I'll ask the person. Okay. Match 1, 4 goals gone. That means nothing possible here. Okay. Match 2, we are left with 2 of these and 2 of these. Okay. This cell is vacant. This cell is vacant. What about the other matches? Match 7 had only 1 goal, so done. So we have filled up the table, but at the same time, we've answered a couple of questions also. Okay. Now look at question number 3. Which of the following statements are true? Statement 1: Amla and Sarita never scored in the same match. Amla and Sarita never scored in the match. So if Amla is 1 and Sarita is 2. Okay. Amla is 1 and Sarita is 2, or vice versa. Let's look at match 2. Amla and Sarita will score in match 2, match 3, and match 5 only. And total between them, they have to do 3 goals. Okay. They have to do 3 goals between them. So if Amla scores here, then Sarita cannot score here. Sarita will have to score here or here. So which clearly tells you that statement 1 is correct. Statement 2: Harita and Sarita never scored in the same match. H and S. Okay. So H has scored in match 1. Sarita did not score. Match 4, again Sarita did not score. Match 8, Sarita did not score. So this is also correct. So both these statements are correct. So very clearly we can mark all the answers now. So my basic issue out here is that there's questions give you information. Please make use of that information to fill up the table. And I'll again repeat, तुम्हारा काम टेबल भरना नहीं है भाई लोग, तुम्हारा काम टेबल भरना नहीं है. Okay. And your job is to make sure that you are able to answer the question. So please answer the questions and don't waste your time filling up the table. Okay. Now let's look at the next one. Okay. I'll give you about a minute to quickly go through it. Okay. Okay. Harshal says, how is statement 1? Harshal, I thought I explained, but let me quickly go back. Harshal, what is statement 1 saying? Amla and Sarita never scored in the same match. I'll just take another color pen just to make sure there is no confusion. Amla and Sarita. Now, between them, there have to be 3 goals. Na? Now, match 2, only 1 goal is scored. Match 3, only 1 goal is scored. Match 5, 2 goals are scored, but 1 has been scored by Bimla. And between Amla and Sarita, again will be 1. So, if you need 3 goals in 3 matches at the rate of 1 goal per match, can they ever be scoring in the same match? No. Match 2, only one goal will be scored. It will be either Amla or Sarita. Match 3, again, only one goal will be scored, which is again Amla or Sarita. And match 5, Bimla has already scored a goal. Between Amla and Sarita, one of them will again score a goal. So the two of them are not going to score a goal together at all. Okay. I'll come back to state the remaining two questions if you have time in the end. I'm keen to do this one set because this is a reasonably complicated set. And unlike the previous set, which was much more simpler, this is a little more complicated, and this set will tell you very clearly कि भैया choices कितनी important होती हैं. Okay. Chalo, let's go through the set now. All the first year students of computer science department in the university take both courses AI and ML. So computer science department students have to study both AI and ML. Students from other department, that is the non-CS students, can also take one of these two courses, but not both. So if you're computer science, you will take both the courses. If you are non-computer science, you will take either AI or ML, not both. Students who fail in a course get an F grade. So F is fail. Others pass and are awarded A, B, or C grades depending on their performance. The following are some additional facts about the number of students who took the courses this year and the grades they obtained. Okay, so then we have the information. So what is the information we have so far which is useful from our point of view in the first paragraph? Because I will come to these statements 1 to 8 later. I just want to look at this part. So effectively it is telling me there are computer science students, there are non-computer science students. There are two courses, AI and ML. A computer science student has to study both. A non-computer science student has to study either of the two, not both of them. Okay. So this is the information. So I have a broad structure. Okay. So maybe this is the kind of table I need to make. And what does it say? They are given grades A, B, C, or F. So for each of them, computer science, I'll need to say how many grades A, B, C, F. Yeah. This is for AI and similarly for ML. And I may need to do the total also. So this is the basic thing which is being given to me. Now look at the questions. There's some couple of interesting questions. How many students took AI? Now what is special about this question is there's a definite answer. Okay. Most importantly, all of them are multiples of 10, but you can also say all of them are multiples of 30. 30 into 9, 30 into 3, 30 into 7, 30 into 6. So this question, which has definite answers, might be useful for me. Okay. The next two questions are theta. Theta means I have to solve the table and then only then I can answer the question. But question 4, how many students got grade A in AI? Again, these are questions which are, these are choices which are definite choices. So this also could be useful. So as far as I am concerned, I can straight away say question 1 and 4 could be helpful. I am getting some information. Interesting information I am getting here is these two are multiple of 7. This is a multiple of 9 and 11. And this is 12 into 7, again a multiple of 7. So somewhere these things could be useful for me. And how many non-CS students got grade B in ML? So to me, question 1, question 3, and question 5 are the ones which I will keep referring to when I'm solving this particular table. Okay. Right? So now let's go to the let's just make the table and try to mark the answer and then try to mark the answers. Okay. So let me shift this in the middle. Yes. Okay. So the table structure I had already discussed. That's the table structure I will make. And in the paper, you should not hesitate in making a big table if required. Make a big and neat table so that you don't make a mistake anywhere. The number of non-CS students who took AI and ML were in the ratio of 2:5. Non-CS students, so this is 2x, this is 5x. So obviously that means this is going to be 7x. That means the total number of students will be 7x. Okay. The number of non-CS students who took either AI or ML was equal to the number of CS students. So the total number of CS students is 7x. But every CS student has to take both AI and ML. So this has to be 7x. And this also has to be 7x. Because every CS student has to take both the subjects. Okay. What does that mean to the total? The total number of students who are studying AI is 9x and the total number of students who are studying ML is 12x. How many students took AI? Has to be a multiple of 9. This has to be a multiple of 9. Okay. The number of students who have taken AI is 9x. These two are wrong choices. These are not multiples of 9. What is this telling me? This is telling me x can be either 30 or x can be 10. There are only two possibilities as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Let's go further. The number of non-CS students who failed in the two courses were the same. Non-CS students who failed in the two courses were the same. So if Y students failed here, Y failed here, and this is also 2Y. Okay. Was the same, and then total was equal to the number of CS students who got grade C in ML. Number of CS students who got grade C in ML is 2Y. Okay. Statement 3. Statement 4. In both courses, 50% of the students who passed got a B grade. Okay. But while the number of students who got A and C grades was the same for AI, they were in the ratio of 3:2 for ML. Okay. Now, let's look at this again. In both the courses, 50% of the students who got B grade, while the number of students who got A and C was same in AI. So if one student got the grade of A in AI, one student will get a grade A in grade C in AI also, because it says number of students who got grade A and C are same. That means the number of students who get grade B in AI will be double, because this is 50%, right? Both courses, 50% of the students who passed B grade, got a B grade. So that means number of students who are getting B grade should be double of number of students getting A and C for AI. And what is it for ML? They were in the ratio of 3:2 for ML. So if this is 3 students getting a grade A in ML, there are 2 students who are getting grade C in ML, and there will be 5 students who will get grade B in ML. Okay. Okay. Priyanka, will come to the theta questions also, but if you don't get the answer to theta, just leave it and move on. Okay. Or just write any random number and move on, because theta you don't have any negative. So we have covered statement 4 also. Statement 5. No CS student failed in AI. No CS student has failed in AI. Okay, so this has to be 0. Okay. And no CS student got a grade A in AI. No non-CS student got a grade A in AI. So this is 0. Okay. Now please look at question number 4. If you remember question number 4, what was it? How many students got a grade A in AI? How many students? The students who are getting grade A in AI will be only from here. The students who are getting grade A in AI will happen from here only, because no one has got grade A in AI from non-computer science. Okay. So let's check. Okay. Can we do something about it? How many students got grade A in AI? Okay. Okay. Now, how many are getting grade A in AI? Can we do something at present? There's 9x. This has to be double of this. No, at present we don't know. Okay, let's go to the next statement. The number of CS students who got A, B, C grades respectively in AI were in the ratio of 3:5:2. Number of CS students who got A, B, C were in the ratio of 3:5:2. So if this is 3, this is 5, this is 2. Can I show that means if that number, this is 7x, this should be 3.5x. This should be 2.1x. And this should be 1.4x. Is this clear? Why have I written 2.1, 3.5 and because if this ratio 3:5:2, that means this should be 10, because this is 0. So 3 upon 10 is 30%. 30% of 7, 2.1. 50%, 5 upon 10 is 50%. 50% of 7, 3.5. And again, 20% of 7 is going to be 1.4. Okay. So I'll just erase some part out of it so that there's no confusion. Okay. I'll just write it on one side. Okay. So this effectively is 2.1. This is 3.5x. 2.1, 3.5x and 1.4x. Now, what are the values of x? Do you remember? X is either 30 or 10. So how many got grade A in AI? The number of students who are getting grade A in AI is 2.1x. That means if x is equal to 30, this will become 63. And if x is equal to 10, this will be 21. So the answer to this question can either be 63 or 21. It cannot be 84, it cannot be 99, it cannot be 42. That means 63 is the answer. That means this has to be 63. Or let me just not use this color. Now I'll use another color. Now if this is going to be 63, that means if 63 is the answer, that means the answer here should be 270. Okay. So we have found using these two questions, question 1 and 4, that x is equal to 30. What should you now? Start filling up the table. This is 63. Okay. X is 30. So this is 105. Okay. X is 30. So 210. 210. 210. 2x is going to be 60. 5x is going to be 150. 7x is 210. 9x is 270. And 12x is going to be 12 into 3 is 360. So if you notice, despite not doing the complete table, we have already answered two questions and filled part of the table also. Okay. Okay. Now let's look at, we had not completed the statement. In ML, the ratio is 4:5:2. In ML, the ratio is 4:5. This ratio is 4:5:2. That means if this is 2y, if grade C is 2y, grade B should be 5y, and grade A should be 4y. Okay. Okay. Done. Statement 7. The ratio of total number of non-CS students failing in one of the two courses to the number of CS students failing in one of the two courses is 3:1. So the number of non-CS students failing in one of the two courses is 3 times the number of students who failed in the CS courses. So what is the total number of students who failed in CS? 2y. So if this is 2y, this will be 2y upon 3. So that means this should be 2/3 of y. So this should be 2/3 of y. Okay. So these are 2/3 of y. So what do we have now? We know that 4y plus 5y plus 2y plus 0.66y is equal to 210. So 4 plus 5, 9 to 11. 11.6 is 11.66 or 11, 2/3 is nothing but 35/3. So 35/3 y is equal to 210. The sum of these, sum of these has to be equal to 210. So we'll get the value of y from here. So that means what is y equal to? I'll just change the color so that it's easier to identify. Y will be equal to 210 into 3 upon 35. 35 into 6 is 210, so 18. So y is equal to 18. So y has to be equal to 18. This is 18. This is 36. That means the 18 4s are 72. 18 5s are 90. 18 2s are 36. 2/3 of y. Y is 18. That means this is 12. This is 12. Okay. So how many CS students failed in ML? How many CS students failed in ML? 12. Right? How many non-CS students got A grade in ML? How many non-CS students got the A grade in ML? So we need to find out how many non-CS students got A grade in ML. And what is question 5? How many non-CS students got B grade in ML? So these two we need to find. These two we need to find. So let's find that. Okay. Now, okay. So let's complete the table. Okay. So 63. This is 63. Because 63 plus 0 is 63. If this is 63, grade A and AI is 63, this will be 126. This is going to be 63. We don't need to actually fill this. I'm just showing it to you. Similarly, on the other side, if you look at this part, the number of failures there is, okay, one more statement is left. No? 30 students failed in ML. This 30. Okay. So, if this is 30, 3:5:2, what is left? These three have to be a total of 330. 330 plus 30 is 360. Okay. So if these three have to be 360, what will this one be? This will be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 30% of 330 is 30. That means 99. This is 90. Okay, let me just use the same color. Yeah. So this will be 99. 33 into 3. 33 into 2, 66. This is 165. So this is 72. This is 99. So this will be grade A in non-CS will be 99 minus 72. So that will be 27. Okay. So how many students, non-CS students got a grade A in ML? Question C, the answer should be 27. And the last question, how many non-CS students got grade B in ML? That is this number. These are 90. And the total is 165. So 165 minus 90 is 75. Correct answer. Now, please notice, I have not filled up the table completely. Actually, I did not need to fill up this part also. Now, this is what I mean by saying, yeah, तुम्हारा काम table भरना नहीं है. Okay. Shreyansh, CS total will not be 720, will not be 420. You are saying it is 420 because you have missed out on an important statement in the question itself. Okay. So if you read the data carefully, you will not make this kind of a mistake. It's a what people will classify as silly mistake. I'll tell you why. Yeah. All first year students in computer science department in the university take both AI and ML courses. Right, Shreyansh? All students of computer science have to take both AI and ML. So these are not 420 students. These 210 students have taken AI and these 210 students have taken ML as well. So 210 students have taken 2 courses. It is not 420 students have taken 1 course each. Okay. Now, I hope this helps you understand the importance. And believe me, this paper, this is the set. This is CAT 23 slot 3. If you got these 5 questions right, 15 marks, 15, you would have cleared the cutoff comfortably. Okay. And after that, and again, because you have used the choices, you will realize we did not need to fill up the table completely. Because we have used the choices, we have been able to fill the table faster. And actually, this last statement also we did not need. Uske bina hi ho gaya tha, because before that we have found this is 12 and this is 18. We had found 12 and 18 already. So we did not even know this particular thing. We did not need to use this particular thing. And this is the approach which you need to use in the exams.